Hey guys, welcome to your slow flow. I'm Jenna Lee. Today we're just going to move really slowly, the focus on being mindful. And there's this really beautiful quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says, "Walk as if you're kissing the earth with your feet." And I really like that quote, that it feels to me how the practice is. When I walk or when I move, it's this really intimate and mindful process of knowing where my feet land, knowing where my body is in space, and knowing that every move I make has purpose. And if it doesn't have purpose, that's the invitation to be still. So we're going to begin in a child's pose. Come onto your mat. Bring your knees to the width of the mat, your butt back onto the heels, and begin to drape your belly forward over the thighs, stretching your arms out in front of you. And if you need to place anything under your belly, like a pillow, a block if you have one, or under your chest, or even one hand on top of the other hand under your forehead, as long as your forehead is making contact with something. And then relax the shoulders. Feel the weight of your hips dropping heavy onto the heels. And then relax your belly. Let the belly be really soft. And just feel that impact on your back, the space, the lightness, that sense of ease. And if you haven't closed down your eyes, just relax into your internal environment. And let's begin by taking a big breath in and out. And without changing the breath, just let it be. Tuning into any feedback from your body right now, any message, whatever it might be, not judging. And to me, to move mindfully, it means to be present, to gather our awareness into the present moment rather than thinking about what's happening away from us. It's that feeling of the air on your skin, the mat underneath you, the sounds around you. When we move from a place of purpose, there's less rigidity and there's more softness. Did you invite in softness to your practice today? In the way that you breathe, in the way that you move, in the way that you hold your shape, yourself, and the way that you see yourself, the way that you see the world. A little softer. Breathe in through the nose fully. And then let it go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Subtle constriction at the back of the throat. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. When you're ready to peel your way up out of child's, please make your way forward into a table position, onto the hands and onto your knees. And so every move we make that move because it has purpose, to bring space, to bring lightness, to bring ease. So take your fingers just a little bit wider and just feel the space between the fingers. And then begin to grip your finger pads into the ground so it's like you're holding onto a round surface. Notice that energy travel up the arm, roll the biceps forward. From here, engage the belly and then begin to extend your right leg out behind you. Press into the ball of the right foot at the back of the yoga mat, and then press down into the heels of the hands. Stretching down into the calf of your right leg. And if you'd like to hover your left knee, you could, pressing into the top of the left foot. Otherwise, left knee can just stay on the ground for 3. If your left knee is lifted, just slowly drop it to the ground. Extend your right leg up, squeezing the right glute, looking forward. And then slowly bring your knee to your nose to your knee, round your upper back. Extend your leg back, your gaze forward, stretch. And then bring the knee and the nose to meet. Slowly, slowly, extension, gaze and leg. All the way in, round. One more extension. And then take your right toes all the way over to the left so your thighs are crossing. Now press into the ball of the right foot, engage the thigh, lift your right arm all the way up to the sky. Ground down into your bottom hand, and then begin to reach your right arm past your right cheek. Take a nice big side bend as you lift the right hip bone up to the sky. Inhale here. And start to look back to your yoga mat. Take your right hand all the way forward and down to the ground. Squeeze your right knee slowly to your right tricep. Engage the belly. Then think of height here, lifting the outer knee up without dumping your weight into the left hand, keeping it even through the right. Look down to your right hand, and we're just going to gently step our right foot heel, ball, toe next to the right hand. So your toes are pointed forward. Begin to walk your hands all the way to the top edge of the mat. Let your hips drop as you do. And then as your hips sink into the ground, you could stay here on your hands. You could come down onto your forearms. Or you can take a block or a pillow under the hands for support. And you can drop your skull. If you prefer to look forward, look forward. Remembering that everything that we do is with purpose. Even this moment where perhaps there's a little bit of intensity in that stretch or in the hip. Maybe you feel this in your low back. Taking one more deep breath in. One deep breath out. Keep your belly engaged. Walk your hands back so that your hands are in the same plane as your right foot. Shift your bum back. Lean into the left and just take your right knee back to meet your left knee. Take your fingers to face your knees, coming into southpaw. Now it can feel nice to lean your bum back a little bit here toward the feet. You don't have to, but it does deepen the sensation down into the forearm. Re-lean the chest forward. Bring your knees to touch under your belly button. Curl the toes underneath. Then come onto your finger pads. Press into the balls of the feet, starting to feel the arch of the foot stretch. And then lean your bum back onto the heels for Seiza. Reach down and grab your pinky toes and just bring them back onto the mat if they've got that potential. Then take your tailbone nice and long by scooping your front hips into your bottom ribs. As you rest your hands in your lap, if this feels like just a little bit too much pressure, you could lean forward 45 degrees, or you could take your finger pads back to the ground, still keeping that subtle press into the balls of the feet. Otherwise, 3 breaths, exactly where you are. And we stay soft in these moments. How you see this, what you feel, what you notice, softening in. Let's all lean forward 45 degrees, just taking that pressure out slowly, taking the hands back onto the ground. Point your toes, and bring your hands in just a little bit closer. We're going to lift our knees just up off the ground as we press into the tops of the feet. Now scoop your chin to your chest for 3. Squeeze leg to leg. 2. And then as slowly as you can, slide your knees back onto the ground. Take your arms up to the sky, push the pelvis forward, take a deep breath in. Keep the glutes on, cactus your arms, exhale. Take your arms up to the sky, neutral spine, and then bring your hands all the way down to heart space. Interlock the fingers. Go ahead and push the hands all the way forward. Now we're going to keep neutral in our spine. I want you to feel a subtle pop of your chest. Lean to your left side as much as you can. And as you lean, we're going to start to lift our right knee and then step our right foot all the way forward. Stacking the knee over the heel. Reach your arms up to the sky. Keep your bind. Squeeze your arms to your ears. Take a breath in. Then lean over toward the right. You might like to look under your left armpit here, or to the left top corner of the room, or gaze forward. Wrapping the left hip to the right inner knee. Slowly come back through the center. Reach your arms up to the sky, letting go of our bind, Anjaneyasana. Then taking the left arm under the right arm over, and just grabbing back for the shoulder blades. Begin to lift your pubic bone, drop your chin in. And what I want you to feel here is a really big stretch down your left thigh, right into the pocket muscle, what we call the TFL. Squeezing the front heel to the back knee toward the front heel. And take the arms up to the sky nice and slow, Anjaneyasana. Then release your hands to the ground, framing your right foot. Come onto the finger pads. Curl the left toes, lift up the left knee. Now let's just step up about 20 centimeters, dropping the back heel toward the floor, straighten the right leg, then fold your head to your right shin. If you'd like to, you can take your hands back behind you for your low back or an interlace. If you need blocks or pillows under the hands, just reach for the prop. Keeping the head folding into the shin, the belly lifting into the spine. You feel that rotation of your left inner leg spiral backward. And let's take the chest forward, belly to spine. And then begin to come onto the ball of your back foot to lean your chest forward. And then step your left foot to the very front of the mat. Take a forward fold, bend your knees. Hands to shins, take a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. 2 more times, hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen, belly toned. Exhale, fold, let it go. 1 more time, nice and slow. Inhale, and exhale. 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll up to stand. Let your arms be heavy, your head heavy. And lift your shoulders to your ears. Relax your shoulders down your back. Arms to the sky, reach high. And your hands to heart space. Mountain pose Tadasana. Close down your eyes. Take 3 easy breaths. This practice is a constant conversation between the breath and the body, and the opportunity to tune into that conversation. You move mindfully, purposefully. Feel the way your arms sweep up to the sky, reach slowly, take a deep breath in. Then bend your knees, poke your bum back, and then take it all the way to the ground, forward fold. And hands onto shins, belly to spine lengthen. And then soft knees as you fold, hands to the ground. And step your right foot long all the way back. And drop your right knee onto the ground. Take your right toes all the way over to the left. We're going to take our right hand in a big circle to the back of the mat. As we do, land the palm, push the pelvis over to the right, then lift up the left arm, straighten the left leg. Now you can stay exactly where you are, come onto the right finger pads. Feeling the buoyancy of the pose as you stretch the left arm high. And the container of your skin fill with breath. And stay where you are, bring your left foot to your bum. And then reach down with the left hand and just give a gentle press of the foot into the hand to open into the left shoulder. And letting the left foot go without slingshotting left arm back to the sky, everybody. And then start to lower your butt toward your right heel, bending the left knee again. Take your hands in a big cartwheel to the front of the yoga mat. Curl the right toes at the back of the mat and then step into a high plank, top of a push-up. Breathe in here. And then slide your knees to the ground, child's pose, wrap your arms beside you. Close your eyes. Take 3 easy breaths. No rush to go anywhere fast. Just slow and steady. And if there's any tension building in your body, use your breath to soften into these edges, these spaces. And just letting yourself come up as slowly as you can back into a table position. No hurry. Stacking the shoulders and hands, stacking the knees and the hips. And as you press into the palms, engage your belly. Stretch your left leg out behind you. Press down into the ball of the foot at the back of the mat and press down into the heels of the hands. So we're not dumping into the body here, we're keeping it strong by engaging the core, pulling the floating ribs in, pressing the knuckles down. If you want to hover your right knee, you could. And then slide your right knee down. Engage the belly, look forward, lift up the left heel, engage your glute. Then bring your knee into your nose to your knee. Slow motion. Kick the leg back, engage your butt, look forward. All the way in, squeeze. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Engage the belly. Knee to nose. And stretch the leg, look forward. And then take your left toes over to the right. Feel the thighs wrap, bone to bone. Then lean into the right palm. Left arm starts to float up to the sky. Feeling the left hip bone lift. The left side body stretch. Left arm all the way past the left cheek. Belly button to the spine. Take one more breath. And as you look to the front edge of the mat, we slowly take our left hand down. And as you do, begin to lift the left leg, engage the belly, bring the left knee up to the left tricep. Toes are active. Now try not to dump into the right hand, lift the knee a little higher. Look down to your left pinky finger, heel, ball, toes of the left foot. Take your hands to the front edge of the yoga mat and slide your hips in toward the ground. Try not to feel like you're just collapsing fully though. Keep a subtle engagement of your left heel hugging backward. Option to come onto your forearms, option to drop the skull. Taking one more deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Begin to walk your hands back. A little lift of the bottom. And lean into our right side to bring our left knee back to meet our right knee. Curl the toes underneath. Come onto your finger pads in front of the knees. A second set of Caesar, just like before. You could stay here. You could start to lean back as you push back into the balls of the feet. If you are taking it back, just give the pinky toes a little bit of love. Tailbone long. Now let's focus 3 deep breaths. Remember, everything is with purpose, even this moment. There was the people who studied the Tao, the students that recognized that to have open toes is to have an open mind. And sometimes this pose takes a lot of open-mindedness just to stay, to see it through, and to trust that there is a calm amidst the chaos. Cultivating that peace here. You need to lean yourself forward slowly. Take the hands back onto the ground. Press down into the palms, point the toes. Then press into the tops of the feet to lift the knees. Take your chin to the knees. 3. And slide your knees slow motion back to the ground. Engage your belly, push the pelvis forward, arms to the sky, reach up. Feel the hip bones rise. Then bring your arms into a cactus shape, squeeze your glutes. Take your arms up to the sky, nice big circle high. And bring your hands to connect down to your heart. Keeping the spine neutral, interlock the fingers. Push the palms all the way forward, stretching into the hand. Now pop the chest toward your fingernails. We're going to lean into our right leg as much as we can. And then just slowly start to lift the left knee, the left hip bone, to step the left foot forward mindfully. Heel, ball, toes. That kiss of the earth. Roll the right hip in, stretch the arms up to the sky, keeping our bind. Stretch up, then stretch over toward the left. Choosing your gaze. Gazing with intention, focus. Once you feel like you're holding an orange between your legs, so the legs continue to pull inward, and the glutes fired up. Let's come back into the center, nice big stretch. Let go of the bind, right arm reaches under your left arm, grab your shoulders. Now lift your pubis and drop your chin. Really feeling like you're hugging your legs toward one another, holding that orange, and pulling the right knee toward the front of the yoga mat. Take both arms up to the sky, stretching tall. And then release your hands onto the ground, onto your finger pads. Curl the right toes under, lift up your right knee. And then let's step in about 20 centimeters, straightening out both legs and taking your hips nice and high, pulling the right hip forward as you fold your skull to your shin. Our forward folds, we need to really look after our spine, so don't lose the engagement of your core. Keep the belly pulling up and in, the left hip bone pulling back. Option to change the hands if you want to, if you did on the other side. Otherwise, keeping the hands onto the ground. Let's take the chest forward, inhale. Begin to lean a little further into the front foot. Step the front foot and back foot forward, take a forward fold. Whew. And take a halfway lift, chest is proud, belly in. And as slowly as you can, forward fold, bend your knees, drop the skull. Inhale, belly, chest, chin. And then fold the belly, the chest, eventually the chin. Let's come up nice and slow, rolling the spine up to stand. Feel the outer heels drive into the yoga mat. Lifting the shoulders up to your ears, taking the shoulders down your back. Arms reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. The hands together to heart, Samastitihi. Arms beside you, Tadasana, closing down your eyes, resting into the shoulders. Taking 2 deep breaths. Float your arms in a big circle up to the sky. Begin to poke the bum back and lean all the way forward and down, hinging from the hips. Uttanasana fold. Ardha Uttanasana, heart forward, hands to shins, glutes pull in. And then begin to soften your knees to step your left foot all the way back. Slide your left knee onto the ground. And begin to take your left toes all the way over toward the right. And we're going to start to bring our left arm in a big semicircle to the back of the yoga mat. Lean into the left hand. Now push your pelvis over to the left. Straight arms, straight right leg. And again, you can come onto the finger pads of the back hand if you prefer. You could stay here or bring your right foot toward your bum, reaching down for the foot as the foot presses back into the palm. So we want to feel our glute fired up, that active foot. Just for 3. Not losing the breath here. And then coming back, foot to the ground, right arm to the sky, stretch. Now begin to move your bum back toward your left heel so your right knee bends. Take your hands all the way forward, framing the right foot. Then curl the left toes, lift up the left knee, stepping into a high plank top of a push-up. Take a big breath in, then take your knees to the ground. Look to the top edge of your mat, begin to bend the elbows slow all the way to the ground. Take your hands beside your chest, elbows back. Lift the chest, baby cobra. Roll and release. Baby cobra, press down into the pubic bone. Exhale, roll, release. One more time, feel like a wave. Pelvis, chest, subtle chin. And then all the way forward and down. Press into the palm, come through a table position. Moving back to child's pose, arms wrapped beside you. Close your eyes. In this child's pose, go ahead and take 3 easy breaths. Just feeling yourself soften into any changes in your body, any changes in your energy. The beauty of this practice is how well it demonstrates that even when everything is changing, there's this ability to stay calm, mindful, and to move from that place of purpose. You might like to stay in this shape a little bit longer, or to come now to lie on your back and take a few minutes in Shavasana. Namaste.